What if you declare right now at 17, 70, 90, or anywhere in between, this is the perfect age for you? With all the opportunities that exist today, why haven't you reached your next level of income, life, and wealth? In most cases, we've been lied to. We've been told that if you find the right opportunity and you work hard, you can be successful. And that's simply not true. Millionaires, billionaires, and successful people have realized you need the foundation for wealth, the habits. And that's exactly what you'll be learning on the Millionaire Success Habits podcast. All success starts here. Welcome to the Millionaire Success Habits podcast. Today, I want to talk about your age. I think one of the biggest DMs, messages, emails I get are people questioning if they're at the right age and the right time in history. Listen, if you're a returning guest on the podcast, it's a pleasure and honor to have you back. Can't wait to deliver more value and capabilities to get you to that next level of life. If you're just joining us for the first time, it's so good to have you here. I want to show you that in under 10 minutes, a couple days a week, I want to deliver massive value through things that I've learned personally or firsthand got it from people who've had massive success in their life, also people who failed. So today I want to talk about age. I get so many people going, Dean, I could do a lot more in life if I was younger. I could do a lot more in life if I was older. I got them in the middle of my life. It's like literally everyone thinks that their age in so many cases is not the ideal place. Now I'm talking about age because as I'm recording this, yesterday was my birthday and I turned the big 50. I can't even believe it. Like 50 came just like that. And here's what I get. I get so many people that will say to me that are older, oh, I remember 50. That was a really hard one for me. That's the huge turning point. And people when they're younger, you might be listening or watching right now going, 50? Oh my God, you're ancient, Dean. Here's what I know. Every single year is amazing, no matter what year you're in. So listen to this. I have a 17-year-old kid right now that works for me that handles most of my social media. And he took it over from the 19-year-old kid that handled it. Now, this is spending hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars every month on my social media, just Facebook, actually. And I have another kid that's 22 who spends hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on YouTube every single month. I have my nephew who runs so much of my company, Jeremy, who runs so much of my company. I could go on and on of the 20-somethings, even some in their teens, that have massive responsibility that people say to me, oh my God, you're letting a 17-year-old kid handle that, a 19-year-old kid, a 20-year-old kid. Yes, age has nothing to do with it. It has to do with if you are ready to persevere, if you can overcome objections, if you can listen and learn from people who have already played the game at the highest level, if you can put things in place, if you can get rid of the naysayers enough, all these little things. That's why I want to circle back around today. Well, simultaneously, I've met 80-year-olds that are sharper than any 40, 50, 60-year-old, 30-year-old I've ever met in my life. 80-year-olds that I would put on my team in 3 seconds. So why do I want to talk about age today? Again, my birthday was yesterday. And being 50, I am so blessed because I realize more than ever a couple things that I want to share with you today. One, everything that went wrong in my life was designed for me. My father having a really tough time with the divorce of my mom when I was 3, and he lost his mind. I mean, crazy stuff. We all have our stuff, but really crazy stuff. Stuff that I had nightmares over for years. Had a bleeding ulcer when I was 10 years old. I thought for a long time that my dad was going to actually kill my mom. I'm not saying it would have happened, but I felt that at a young age. But I realized that was all part of my journey. I moved in with my dad when I was 11, so he would never bug my mom ever again. I thought that was a sacrifice, but I realized that was my journey. It taught me empathy. It taught me how to read people. If I could read my dad, I could help keep him in a great mood, then I'd be safe. My family would be safe. All of those things. And then not going to college, that was my path. Being in my own business by the time I was 18 and failing and succeeding and failing, succeeding, and then losing everything at 20, all of that was part of my journey. Being a dad, being divorced. I never thought I would get divorced, but I did. And I was scared shitless going through it. I was so nervous about my kids more than anything. But I realized that was designed for me because I'm on the other side of all of these things. and I'm stronger. I understand people. I have empathy at the deepest level possible. I can sit and speak to a camera in my backyard right now with my heart like on my sleeve and just say with transparency that I've screwed shit up. I've had massive success. I've let people down. I've been untruthful. I've done so many things, but all of that was designed for me so I could be right here with you right now. And at 50, 40, 20, 70, 90, it doesn't matter. What if all of it was designed for us? As my buddy Tony Robbins said, more than ever, I just want to share that with you. What if all your pain, what if all your failures were designed to make you the badass you could be today? What if you declare right now at 17, 70, 90, or anywhere in between, this is the perfect age for you? What if you, here's what I believe, not what if you take those experiences and you really let them sink in, then knowledge and information becomes wisdom. That's when we convert knowledge and information into wisdom, when we let it sink in, learn from it, experience it, and use it as our fuel. The second thing I know at this age, I look back and I feel like, and Dan Sullivan, one of my mentors, said, simplicity on the other side of complexity is the answer. Now, that sounds a little crazy, but that's like the entrepreneurial journey. We think it's a straight line. It's all this craziness, right? Well, that's how life is. The simple things we used to talk about and heard about when we were younger, and then we got into life and family and businesses and kids and colleges and all these things, and we cluttered it. I just want to let you know that I realize at this phase of my life, it's the reason I wrote Millionaire Success Habits, is because it is the simple things. I'm telling you right now, it is not the new invention. It is not the forging the new path. All that's great. But without the core pieces for success, the simple things, nothing works. I'm going to give you this quick example. My son's flag football team. And I appreciate this. I think it's because of this age I'm at. I appreciate this more than ever. My son's flag football team just won the championship. They went 10-0. Didn't lose one game. And I don't think they won any game by less than 3 touchdowns. I mean, unbelievable. It wasn't even a competition. And I watched, they had 2 coaches. I went to every practice and I helped, but I wasn't a coach. But I was there at every practice. And I watched at every practice because the field has all the different teams around it. And I watched all these teams doing all these creative and different things and trick plays. And I watched them all and it was cool. And I watched our coaches. Every single practice, the kids would come and run the same drills for an hour and a half. They'd run a passing drill. They'd run a handoff drill. They'd run a pull flags drill. They would just do the same thing over and over with about 10 plays. And they mastered these simple plays while I watched all these other teams doing all this fancy stuff and trying the fancy plays. I don't know what other word to use besides fancy. And no one could beat these kids. I mean, they just had the foundation set, the simple things. And it made me realize that's life. When we go, oh no, it couldn't be that I just have to set goals. Oh, it couldn't be that I just have a morning routine to set my day up for offense. Oh no, it couldn't be that I have to get rid of the negative people in my life. Oh, it couldn't be that I have to focus on solutions. It couldn't be that I have to keep my confidence up. That stuff's too simple. I've heard that stuff forever. It's got to be deeper. It's got to be bigger. Millionaires, billionaires, they must have this magic. No, they found a way to get simplicity on the other side of complexity and do what's needed. Listen, I don't know if you watch me, you listen to my podcast, some other great people, been to a live event and you get motivated, but then you go back and fall into old habits. And when you get into old habits, when you're struggling, when you want more, you know what we start doing? Looking for the magic money machine, looking for the overnight success. I'm telling you right now, at 50, first off, any age is the perfect age. Secondly, everything that went wrong and failed and let you down in life was designed for you so you could be the man or woman you are today. And third, remember, it is the simple things. Stop overcomplicating it. Stop looking for the magic breakthrough. You already know it. You've already heard it. It's time you implement it in your life. That's my message for today. Don't forget to go to subscribetodean.com. That's subscribetodean.com and help us keep spreading this message on our mission to change the way people look at self-education. I want to make self-education, what you're learning right now, the new norm. And I have no doubt I will do it, especially with your help. Appreciate you guys so much. And remember, all success starts right here. Listen, if you liked the video, make sure you click subscribe right now so you never miss an episode. And while you're there, click the notification bell so you'll know when the next one goes live. You can always follow us on Instagram, and if you don't already have Millionaire Success Habits, you can grab it for free at deansfreebook.com. Remember, all success starts here.